What I tell entrepreneurs is that you have to see how far you can get on your own, and you want to go raise money only when you figured out the recipe. That's where we are. I feel like we figured this out, our message is resonating, so now it's about putting our foot down on the accelerator.
Yes.
Can you elaborate on that?
So the analogy I like to give is...
Because it seems important in early stage startups.
It is. So what happens is, if you're dropped, so I take you and I drop you in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
I give you some supplies. And I say, you have enough supplies to, if you are smart about it, I've got a beach chair and a Corona and a lime waiting for you, right? That's success. But you're in the middle of the ocean. So what some entrepreneurs do is they get dropped in the middle of the ocean and they just start swimming as hard as they can in one direction. They just put all their eggs in one basket. Well, it's like geometry. There's 360 degrees in a circle. So if you just pick one randomly and start swimming in that line as hard as you can, you have a 1 in 360 shot of being successful. Like, that is the one angle you had to pick to get to the beach.
Yeah.
The odds of that happening are tiny, 1 in 360. So, like, a smart entrepreneur is not going to do that. They're going to pace themselves. They're going to wait until they see signs. So you might swim in a direction and you see, oh, I see some birds off in the distance. That's a sign of land. And there's a ship over there, and I might swim in that direction. Or the current is going this way, and I swim in that direction. So you swim until you, like, I got it. And then all of a sudden, you're going to see land. When you see land, now you go.
It's almost like a double-edged sword with people, throwing up their hands and saying, hey, we'll give you money. Because
then they put pressure on you because then you got to swim fast.
You got to swim fast, and then you cramp, and then you drown.
Well, and so that's the other upside to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Is people aren't going to give you that money up front. They want you to have spotted the land first. Great. So I've seen the land, and now I need the money to help me get to the land faster. Perfect. So people talk about, raising money in Cincinnati as being a negative. I think it's a huge positive. I think what's going on is there a difference in mindset. Entrepreneurs come in thinking, I have an idea. Somebody gives me $1 million. I go build this amazing thing. Then I raise 10 million, and then we're huge. That's not going to happen. That's not how it works. You have an idea and somebody gives you $1 million, they want you to be there tomorrow. You're going to make bad decisions. So I think there's way more positives to starting a company in Cincinnati than people realize.
Your favorite startup memory, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Oh. I think it's any time I get validation, right? You work so hard on building this thing and this idea, and it's not selling business. That is not my favorite memory. It is when you are talking to someone and you're explaining your idea and their eyes light up because they've never heard of anything like it and they can see how it's going to help them. Anytime I get that feeling, that's why I do this. It's like, you had this idea, it never existed before, you've gotten it to a point where you can communicate it and other people see the value and they see the world that you saw years ago, right? You brought it to life. To me, that's the validation of like all the blood, sweat, and tears and time.
No, I wasn't crazy.
I wasn't crazy. It's like you see this world and you want to bring it to life so badly. And then when other people start to see what you saw, like that's why you do this.
That human connection.
Right. It's like, I can't believe that you see as much value as I see in this. It makes me feel good.